another live stream today. Now, topic my journey with grief update. Now, my thumbnail photo, one of my favorite photos of my alive pussycat, pet fur baby, my friend, Rudy Noel Bellis, later, all since died, dead. Sometimes I wonder if the grief a loved one, animal, different, and not that it's less liking and less loving a human, it's just a difference. I vaguely remember when my father, although I took that difficult, and I've had other pets and other fur babies and other friends, although that cat of mine, special, unique, everlasting. And maybe because I have a long lineage of grief, mourning, dead, those that died. Struck me more severe grief. And it wasn't just a normal person dying. It wasn't like it was congestive heart failure or anything. I had to make the decision, euthanasia, and that's a different grief altogether. Especially coming home the first time without a live pet or a baby, friend, animal, knowing that I wasn't the one that put the needle in, although I was there and I did decide it. My mom was with me, although my pet, I decided. And I've never really gotten over that because I believe that nature, just like we can't euthanize each other. And I sort of felt like a murderer, killer, more than 2 weeks. And one thing after the other, my immune system weakened, and I just didn't feel well myself. The grief, the mourning, and it's as what 11 months since now, more or less, and with the help of my healthcare team, professionals, pharma, prescribed medicines, I am not crying as often as I did earlier and now. Now talking, I want to cry. I just want to cry. I am making tea. Of course, it's not herbal, it's a black tea. I've had lots of support. My mom was good during, and especially the first 2 weeks, more or less. My mom. And I've had other friends, acquaintances, ex-coworkers, and even strangers. It's just staff, it's like a waitress, a waiter, kindness. I don't know if they knew about it or, you know, if they were just that way inclined. And then there's the other people that are were completely not sympathetic. And as I sit here, eating cold water boils hot since I ate my lunch, soup and raw vegetable and condiment. My meatless Monday, as I like doing my meatless Mondays. Makes me feel better. Not as sad, not as grief stricken, not as mourning. It's just something to do. I tried dead when my cat alive, although now that I've got lots of time on my hands. Mom, Mom, want more tea? First thing I do now is when I wake up, my facilities, and then with some water, I swallow some HRT pharma prescribed medicine, and then I begin eating foods. Since later, after I finish drinking my coffee, I sip, and then I eat more foods. I don't necessarily, I'm coming away from eating lots and lots and lots of foods. Today, my lunch example. Instead of eating crackers, I ate a piece of raw celery and condiment. And earlier, instead of eating cereal, I ate some nuts, including Brazil nut. Soup, tomato, and basil. I've never been much in the way of a person that didn't cry lots during grief and mourning. I'm a crier. I get sad, I cry. And that was my cat, I cried for hours. I couldn't do anything except cry for days on end, weeks on end, months on end. Just I open my eyes and I want to cry. Cry, cry, cry. And I somewhat now believe that diet had lots to do with it. I was eating properly. When I did eat, it was very few things that were omnivorous, I should say, omnivorous, which means plant-based and carnivore. Carnivorous, mostly plant-based. I can go days without eating anything that's a meat. I don't eat any fish anymore, shellfish. I eat very little pork. I don't eat ham. I don't eat pork chops. I'm very selective that meat I eat. I can eat turkey. I can eat chicken cooked. I can eat beef. I can eat steak cooked. I don't do it all the time. I don't eat tuna. I don't eat salmon. I do have dairies, such as eggs and some milk products, creams, butters. Although over time too, living every day as the first new day during my morning, all those new days, include today a new day without Paulson's dead, my pussycat. When it becomes the second day's sense, I know I'm going to grieve a lot less. I'm going to mourn lots less. The mourning and grief will never go away, just less. Because euthanized and all the histories, job duties, financials, all others, all before, all happened to us. All those other animals and botany and pets, fur babies. Ah,
What's your kettle?
yes,
No, I thought it was something drying.
no. What is that? Okay, pick it up and just
Eh?
over. Just pick it up and put it over. As it does fly. Ah, you're getting some steps in, Mom. Way to go.
Well, I can't open this off.
Open what?
The top of the dryer.
Come in.
Oh, God, my eye.
Oh,
It's empty. Yes, okay.
Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Oh.
I've already put the wire on.
Oh, right. Move out the way.
Come on. It's empty if you want to put washing on. It's empty now if you want to put washing on.
Oh, I'll do that after I have my tea. Thank you. Oh, yes.
Will you bring him our tea?
Yes. And I'm grateful I have my cactus. That helps me get through the grief. In the morning. Especially mornings when I open my eyes. I just love seeing my cactus. And I suppose celebrating Christmas, Yule, solstice, winter, Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's. I wasn't going to. Glad I am now. Noel. Birdie, Noel. Off and on and off the internet. Now, if I could just get her to clean up the bathroom a bit, since her nurse was able to do more. Doesn't that look good? Tea. New Year resolution. Do I have any? Not really. Not very. Although I might come up with a list. Hopefully next year will be better and greater than this year. Although the first month I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Had my cat alive as long as I did. Not a hater of other people, although sometimes it's just. Ugh. They know who they are. I'm not gonna give them any more attention today, especially during this live stream. Stalkers. That's all they were. All before, all during, all later, and since July 2, 2025. And all security cameras, all on, as I said before, should can could name us the need used as evidence that all should can could name us the need show until all recorded outside the front door. All when and where. All happened to us. I don't care if staff get fired. Alleged property manager, alleged property management, alleged site administrators, alleged concierges, alleged securities guards, alleged maintenance and repairs workers. I don't care. I really truly don't care. I don't care. Don't blame me. Don't tell me it's our fault because other people didn't like us and they didn't get along with us. Which happened one time because other people were too noisy. And we wanted sections 2A and 2B. Happens all about us. That's not our fault. It's just a document that has to be enforced. The security guard, alleged concierge, was like, "Oh, it's not your fault." Well, he has access to the security cameras. I know they do. And on and recorded. They can't, they should not, they should not, cannot, could, they can't lie. Yet they did. Verbally. And how often before, instead of using the security's cameras, real time and recorded. And all other evidence. And don't bother lying that we had to move out within the first 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 11 months. Off and on and off. Off and on and off as well as this internet, Wi-Fi, and social media. commercials everywhere. All the condominium corporations were alleged maintenance fees. And all those maintenances and repairs, including parking, security and recreation center. That's all that stuff. Anything personal, premeditated, predatory, resentful, all those vendettas should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not happened. Happens. It did happen. Off and on and off the internet, because we had some evidence showed and told us Bellis is not guilty. And all those other people. Bless you, Mother. Including my mother and others. And those concussions I had in 2019 wasn't my fault. Sure, I've had some acute, not chronic, medical appointments. And I've obviously had more than one other person stalking us Bellises. Caused a lot of fear. I didn't even want to leave home. My cat was gravely ill, and I had to stay home with my cat as often as I could. And doctors, medical appointments, and my mom medical appointments. And amongst it all, trying to have some fun. My cat and I were trying to have fun. And my cat had to rest. I tried. Tried. There was blood in my cat litter box. Lots of blood. I saw the bleeding. Veterinarians did too. There's blood. And since my cat died, I did keep one of the litter boxes like that. I just dreaded throwing it out. I had tissues, I had everything, evidence. Blood on my hands. I don't want to talk to any more police officers about it all because they tried to tell them that I can't enjoy. And I tried showing them, and I told them to go get the security cameras all on all those recordings and just to leave us alone. We were victims. We are the victims, not those other people. Just wanted a forever home. My family and I have forever home. All those hours, all those paychecks, everything. All happened as and off and on and off YouTube. And I know it's not just them, although they're the worst, as far as I'm concerned. There's another one, and I can't completely trace it, although I know there's more than two. And when they moved out, and those other ones moved in, and there's other men out there stalking us. My doctor, my healthcare team witnessed it. And that celebrity stalker, Credit Valley Hospital, Dr. Judy Fernando, tried, showed, and told us Bellis says none of them real. I hope she just, she's a fucking liar. And my mom alleged youngest brother, Norman Thompson, that celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, also a liar. And Dr. Jassim, a liar, and Eglinton and Highway 10, 2 lied. They all lied. Said it was blood. Security cameras were on recording. My eyes saw it all. Lots. Doesn't make it go away. Never has, never will. All happened. As Bellis's eyes and ears heard like all other times. Manhattan iced tea would be good right about now. Although this will suffice.
Could you open this for me?
Yeah, I'm coming. Excuse me, let me find them.
Oh, not there.
Yeah, not this. Oh, peace out.
Just let me hang up some clothes. While they're still down. No one.
Don't hang up in there. You have to take the stuff out. I want to have a shower, remember?
Yeah, I've got to put one there. I've got to do something.
I know, but you gotta remove the stuff from
There.
over there. Yeah.
Well, all you have to do is take it in.
No, I don't. And as Bellis says, should, can, could, may, must, and need, has, had, and have human rights as Canadians, and my mom alleged British background, Scottish and English, Canadians, and as Canadians,
Tell me it's not dry.
allegedly Caucasian, allegedly white.
Uncle,
Yes, mother.
what's left in there? It's not dry. You have to put on again.
Okay. Such as marital status, disabilities, my mom's disabilities, that is, are, and sexual orientation, family status, marital status, all those statuses, you know, and educations, employments. All human rights. Instead of all those immigrants, refugees, visitors, guests to add on and out from and by Canada, North America. And that's not me being a racist, bigot, discriminatory, discrimination, prejudice, prejudges. It's just that way, documented, published, public. All laws Canada has too. Gonna put on a load of laundry when I finish my tea. Maybe I'll do a load of reds. I haven't done a load of reds in a long time. Clothes, laundry, reds.
Bring me tea?
Yes.
Okay, I just asking, I'm just saying.
Every time somebody goes to, add, on, in, out, from, and by 1909, complaining about us being on the internet too long, too often, any times, anywhere, they're internet trolling. How do they know? Unless they're stalking us. Cyber. Same where we used to live before. Other people, other residents, themselves, all wrong, all purposefully, all purposeful, all bad, all not lawful, all not legal, obviously neurologically and mentally ill themselves, neurologically impaired, not well, not sane, not competent, too obsessed with us to be anything else, and then themselves stalking, internet trolling us, harassments and bullying. And they're not only harassing us, they're harassing staff. They won't leave us alone. Huh? And whether or not they're doing the internet trolling themselves and or a third person, another person doing it with and or without them, and then informing them about it. It's none of their business. It's like phone conversations. Every time a Bellis says phone conversation, phones conversation, none of their business. Wouldn't surprise me today if they've been complaining. All since they moved in there next door. I don't do that about anybody. Not anybody. And it's very unnerving when some other residents used to ask me, what do I do for a living? As if it's any of their business. I hope they get told to move out by the end of the day and that their lease rent has been terminated, expired, and that they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not ever return to, add, on, in, out, from, and by this complex in all future times is trespass. They should, can, could, may, must, and need arrested, etc., judiciary punished, jailed. Other people have been jailed, not guilty, and did lesser crimes. They moved in premeditated, they moved in predatory, resentful, they can leave. Us Bellises don't owe them anything and anybody. We don't owe them anything and we don't owe them anybody. Estates, contents, monies, health cares, etc. They could jump off of the balcony there. They could jump. I don't care. I'd actually jump for joy myself, really. Elsewhere. Happy dance. Stalkers have left us victims alone and can't victimize one and more anymore. Not only that, their names showed and told it all themselves. Others, too. All before, all during, all later, and since. GUPTA. KGUPTA. K period space GUPTA. 1999 moved out. And two, should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not ever return. And shouldn't, can't, couldn't, may not, must not, need not returned to, at, on, in, out, from, and by this residential neighborhood and all elsewhere us Bellises were, be, are. In all times of stalkers were as, oh, they can't find us on the internet. We've resetted our privacy settings. We're hiding from them. Obviously, they're stalkers. They're stalkers. Stalkers like to hide. Not always, but many, obviously, the ones I've mentioned before, prefer to hide because they're guilty. And I tried to reset it, that is, my privacy settings, Bellis's privacy settings. That's my newest grief and mourning updates. Grief. No wonder some priests and ministers either lived with churches attached to the residential homes and or lived next door to those churches and had difficulties getting housing anywhere else, such as apartments. I'm sure there's been priests and ministers went through the same sort of hate, jealous, etc. I mentioned internet trolling, stalking, premeditated, predatory, resentful religions by other races creates religions and or same. All before, all during, all later, and since October 24, 2025. I mean, the names next door, they're not even legally responsible, not even lawfully responsible, all about us. There's not any documents, there's not any proof that they should, can, could, may, must, and need decision made and relocating us real estate. They're delusional. They are delusional. Other people. Other people, as Bellises normally would have absolutely nothing to do with, knowingly. That's who they were. They should, can, could, may, must, and need fuck off and get off my internet, social media, and leave us alone. including all before, all during, all later, and all since 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. and 11 p.m. and 11 a.m. every day. And every time they're yelling at us and playing loud music and other noises, disturbances, as Bellis lawfully and legally should, can, could, may, must, and need reported as, and all other times, without more interferences, violent by them and other races, creeds, and religions, and or same Christianities and or same paganism, same Christianities and same paganisms as us, as me, Bellis. Go away, get off my stuff. You're just stalking. And as soon as you open that front door and or return, that's who you are. Nobody here needs to know you. Nobody. I have photos, I have copies of your names and who you are and were, and that you're not lawfully and not legally, not sane, not competent, and not employable to and on and out from 1909. Where's security? Why hasn't security sent the police to you more often on and off my internet, social media, us internet, social media? Corporations should have did that already and had you evicted long ago and arrested and judicially punished instead of going along with it, and along with you. All before, all during, all later, and since K period space GUPT 1909 moved out. And 1909 put up for rent. Or and haters, stalkers that moved in since. Oh my god, fucking disgusting. It's other people. I remember when I used to read books and I read about it all. I never thought in news, witnessed the news. I never, a day in my life, thought and believed ever happened to us yet. It did. And it's all on security's cameras. It's all recorded. And it's less likely that there were alleged board of directors members. Who in their right mind would have ever hired them? So, and did they? They're just as guilty. In fact, they should literally remove all that construction and concierge desks. Get rid of those concierges because they obviously don't know how to do it. I mean, they're just receptionists. Where's the security and all that? All they've been doing is reception. And return lobby security back to the way it was and hire new security guards, new security firm, with and or without new parking security. And tell them to fuck off, get out, go away. And get them judicially punished, aiding and abetting those other people. We just sat back and watched it all happen for how many days, weeks, months, years? Physically, mentally, emotionally hurt, harmed one and more resident themselves. Blaming us Bellis when it's themselves and other people. Dead instead. I mean, all the building structure they damaged. Put in concierge desk, not concierge there. it would, the buildings were not built for that. Yeah, they put them in there. Biggest mistakes the corporations ever made instead of doing actual lobbies and parking and all else were securities. Privacy and security. And that doesn't blacklist me as a all historical, all histories, all geographical, all geographies, all financially owner, real estate, and current residential residents. And while I was a tenant, my 100 Shelby Road, apartment 817, all since, all later. All should, can, could, may, must, and need, show and tell, and showed and told, and shows and tells, all happened to us, all happened to us. And who is Janice Payton really? And why does the Peel Regional Police showed and told that other person psychosis and schizophrenia is above and beyond privacy and safety, us Bellises? Such as Dr. Jacine, such as my mom alleged youngest brother Norman Thompson, and such as Crab Valley Hospital Dr. Judy Fernando, those three other people, stalkers themselves, and all other people did, instead of us Bellises. I know this Christmas is going to be very difficult. I'm going to have two or 3 days where I'm going to possibly just want to spend much of my time alone and in my room where my cat boudoir was. Boudoir, that is. I have nothing to do with other residents, and corporation. I don't want anything to do with them. I just want to have a quiet at home Christmas. And lots of Christmas music. It's all Canadians should, can, could, may, must, and need, did, does, and do. Although I'm more exceptional to that because I'm grieving. And those 2 days I know I'm going to have difficulty getting through. Although I know I can make it. I've done it before. I could do it again. Oh, Christ.